Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Jedi Knight of the Woods channel. Paul here. Thanks very much for stopping by for another video. Again, what I wanted to do is just take you through some kit that I carry on a regular basis, and this time I've chosen to just introduce you to some cutting tools. Now, this is not the be-all and the end-all of what I own, far from it. I think a lot of us out there like nice, shiny, sharp things, but this really is the selection of tools that I keep coming back to time and time again, and there's some very well-known tools there, and certainly some favourites, without a doubt. Really, this covers the vast majority of any options that I'm going to need for cutting out in the woods or whatever I'm doing. But again, I've taken some time to really investigate all the different options out there and put together what is a system that works very, very well for me. This kit might not be the most expensive out there, it might not be the type or the brand that is particularly in favour at this point in time in the bushcraft community, but I think everyone will agree that everything is functional, and that really is the key for me, is that I don't want to necessarily be out in the woods brandishing the latest brand of knife that happens to be in vogue at the time. This is really functional stuff, guys, and it works well, it takes a beating, and stands up to the test of time. We'll go through the different makes and brands. Some of it is budget gear, but stuff that I've looked into and made sure is very, very functional and works. So let's start off with the main piece. I don't carry a large axe. I don't see really any need for me to be carrying a large felling axe. This is the biggest that I have. This is a hand hatchet, and it's of the Husqvarna brand. Now, it's not totally cheap, but for £35 including delivery, it arrived to me absolutely razor sharp. This thing will take the hairs off your arms without a doubt. Very, very similar to the Grans 4 Brooks style hatchets. Fits in the hand very nicely, and of course I've paracorded the neck there. Anybody that's used these things and has missed on more than one occasion will know that you're going to start biting into the wood. Absolutely fantastic forged head. Really, really love this thing. It's not a splitting maul, but it's more than capable for taking down some fairly large limbs and cutting through stuff at a rate of knots. Not the greatest sheath in the world, I will admit, but it's riveted. It does the job. So that's my main hatchet, and of course I can use this for any number of different tasks. It's a very versatile piece of kit, and you can choke up on this for fine stuff, whittling, feather sticks, that sort of thing. It's easily sharp enough to do that. So moving on to a fixed blade knife. I haven't spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a custom knife. I would love to be able to, but simply the economics of things just doesn't allow that. So what I've got here is a very, very simple Mora knife, fixed blade. I'm not even sure on the model number of this. I think it's the 840 MG or something along those lines. It is the stainless steel version. Shock horror, somebody's going to say to me, get carbon steel, takes an edge, holds an edge, blah, 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 blah. This thing is more than capable. The back of the blade is perfectly acceptable for striking on a fire steel. Does that job very, very nicely. I don't have a problem with this little finger guard here. I really find, don't find it gets in the way particularly. It's got a great fit in the hand. All round very, very capable Scandi grind knife. It's not exceptionally big or meaty. I've got the small hand hatchet for anything I need for some weight behind it. But very, very capable knife, that's for sure. It's not the original sheath. I bought a Mora Mickey that this sheath came with, and it fits it perfectly. It's leather sheath. A little bit more aesthetically pleasing. It's got a buckle that keeps the thing in place around that little finger guard. It does have the metal rivets there, so I'm not worried about the blade coming through it, and it's got the belt loop on the back that I just put a large sort of ring on there for belt carry. So then going on to more sort of general purpose wood processing. This saw is a budget saw, it's unbranded. I know the Barco Laplander is a very, very capable tool, and it's certainly one of those brands that is very functional and is very favoured by bushcrafters. But this thing only cost me a tenner. I was looking around for something that I could make sure had a very, very thick or relatively thick blade on it. I did have one that was the equivalent of the Wilkinson sword or the Fiskars brand, and did a job on bending that nicely. So it's got a good locking mechanism on it, locks open and locks closed. Really happy with that. We'll see how it stands up to the test of time. But great piece of kit. Now onto the smaller folding blade. I've got the classic Opinel here. You'll notice there's no mods. I haven't shaved the handle. This is pretty much brand new. I gave my brother the size 8 that I had before, and I've invested in another size 9. I really like the wooden handle. There's just something about these Opinels, the simplicity of them, the viral block system on the neck there is absolutely brilliant. You know, they're never going to stand up to a beating of a fixed blade knife, that sort of thing, but it's a more than capable tool just for sort of general small handwork. Great to put in the pocket. And of course, once closed, the viral block system does keep it nice and locked in the pocket. So that one I will be doing some modifications on, sanding down the handle, probably taking this in a bit, but great on a fire steel as well. The other one tool of choice that I carry on my belt all the time, this is the multi-tool of choice, which is the Leatherman Surge, a gift one Christmas. Does enable, because it's quite loose, one-handed opening like that. It's not spring assisted, but you know, I won't go through all the full details of the Leatherman Surge. There's enough videos out there on YouTube for you to be able to get an overview on those, all the dimensions and all the tools. But that's my multi-tool of choice. That will stay with me all the time. Then just finally, you've seen this one already on my EDC video. The next one, just to show you again, is the small little Victorinox climber with the black scales, not climber, huntsman, sorry, with the black scales. This one just rides in my pocket all the time. This is just for tiny work, cutting string, paracord, anything that I just need a simple blade for. Now somebody might say, you know, this is overkill. I might not take everything with me all of the time, depending on where I'm going and what I'm doing. I might just take, say, the saw and a fixed blade. I might just take the saw and a folding knife. You know, if I'm going out for a weekend, I might take the hand hatchet with me as well as a given. But that's just a combination of basic tools. You know, very familiar names there: Victorinox, Opinel, Mora, Husqvarna, Leatherman. You know, all got some pedigree behind them and very, very capable tools. So any suggestions, guys, feel free. Positive comments always welcome. Subscriptions, yes please. And look forward to joining you on another video.